What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back with you, man. It's Rideout Reviews, and we are watching episode 5 of Chernobyl, the final episode. And this has been hands down a very, very excellent series of television that I have been watching. It has been great. It's pure stunning, the content that it's actually talking about, and how radical and really just insane that this situation has begun. First, from its like enormity, like how the problem that happened is so huge that it could have destroyed the entire world. And then second is the bureaucracy, or the hiding of the stuff that took place, just the cover up and massive cover up that these Soviet people are doing in this accident or incident that happened. And then third, that knowing that they knew this was going to happen, that they had already tested for this, and under the conditions for which they said nobody would ever do this, they actually pushed it to its limit to do it. That's what's insane. And then now finally just trying to see if they're actually going to come out and tell the truth about it. So the story itself, incredible. And then understanding that it's real. Now I know it may be some of the characters may not be real, or some of the speaking and talking is probably dramatized, but the story is true. So it's nuts that this occurred in reality, from the enormity of the situation to the enormity of the cover-up, man. This is crazy. And then just the sheer, and one thing I guess that I missed to say is just the sheer lack of care. Like the sheer lack of humanity towards their own people. Like towards the Soviet nationals. Like, dude, it's like they just don't care. They want to kill them. Because they first didn't say that it was even a bomb in the first place. Or not bomb, I'm sorry. They just say that it could have happened like that. The core couldn't have blown up or anything, but they could see it's so huge. The Rankin meter was only at this, but they knew that that was the highest it could be. And then not wanting to evacuate the city, and then only evacuating the city so far. And the only reason that they began to open up and tell the whole world about it is because the testing of radiation was beyond the borders of the Soviet Union. Now I got to give them credit, I guess, that I don't have to give them credit, but that whenever they realized the gravity of the situation at hand, he's like, waste nothing to be able to get the stuff contained. Still didn't care about the people, but to get the stuff contained, I guess. But dude, this is incredibly crazy. So yeah, I'm ready to watch this final episode and see what happens. Because I think maybe we're going to get to the point where he has to testify or not. And I'm sure he probably doesn't because of the fact that he kills himself in the first episode. But we'll see where this goes and how it goes there. Because there was a big question that asked. He was telling that girl, like, oh, if it was you, of course you would do it. But put yourself in the brother's feet who is actually doing it. Because it's one thing to say you would do it, but whenever you're actually in a situation to do it, he said because he had the bravest of friend. But when put in a situation, he was not the bravest because his whole family was at risk. So yeah, I'm ready to see this, and I hope you guys are too, as we finish the saga of this. Check out full reactions on Patreon, and yeah, appreciate you for being here, and let's dive in. It tripped me out though, that baby died and the mother lived because the baby absorbed all the radiation, man. A country killing its people. Man, how sad is that? Looks like we're going back to the start. I thought this was a dream state at first. But it looks like we're about to go back to see what really happened.
Promotion's very likely. I'll need someone to take my old job.
I would like to be considered.
I've just had a call from the grid controller in Kiev. He says we can't lower power any further, not for another 10 hours.
Now, if we need to wait 10 hours, we wait.
Running half power, we're not going to have stability issues.
No, I should
I'm
think.
not asking you.
We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. We'll proceed then.
Well, I'm not waiting around. Call me when it's done.
Well, I mean, they're both in agreement. Shoot. That's because they want that money or that promotion, that status. Quietly fix all the other remaining places if he don't turn state. I wonder if he did. Well, I mean, I don't think he did. He killed himself and then gave away those secret tapes.
Obviously, I resent the insinuation, but I think it's fair to say you made an excellent impression at the conference. Turns out you're quite good at this.
At what? Lying.
Lie.
Statecraft, Rugasov. Statecraft. The West is now satisfied that Chernobyl was solely the result of operator error, which it essentially was. We have you to thank for that, and we intend to...
Hero of the Soviet Union.
You haven't even given it to me. Once it's over, we will have our villains, we will have our hero, we will have our truth. After that, we can deal with the reactors.
Why couldn't you deal with him now? If they don't deal with him, man. That's like cancer treatment. His hair's falling off now.
Chokov is saying they're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
Do you believe him? The state will never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced. I'd like to think that if I spoke out, it would be enough. But I know how the world works.
They will shoot me. Chomyuk.
That's tough, man.
They died rescuing each other, putting out fires, tending to the wounded. They didn't hesitate, they didn't waver. They simply did what had to be done.
So have I. I went willingly to an open reactor. So I've already given my life. Isn't that enough?
That is true.
No, I'm sorry, but it is not.
But yeah, he has more responsibility. He knows more. He understands more. Those guys did what they had to do and did what they did. Well, he has a higher burden because he's in the role of teacher. Even though he's not teaching, but that's what it is. He like knows more, understands more, and can get more done. So his job wasn't just to clean the mess up, but to stop the mess from happening in the future, if he can, if he has that ability to. But at the same time, man, those guys, they didn't quite know what they were getting into. But some of them did, though. Not the ones that they wrote the stuff about, but those miners, those 3 dudes that went down there to let the water out, man, they knew that going in there would be certain death and did it anyway.
Anatoly Dyatlov, Nikolai Fomin are accused of violating Article 220, Section 2 of the Criminal Code of the Soviet
They all
Union,
dead.
resulting in a nuclear disaster on April 26, 1986. The state calls witnesses Comrade Chomyuk, Comrade Legasov, and Comrade Boris Yevdokimовich Sherbina.
That's a show trial because those guys are already dead. All the people that caused the disaster were there pressing the buttons. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, okay. I'm about to say, I thought they were pulling the dude up in there, but they all dead. Yeah. Thought they were wheeling the dude in there. I was like, oh my gosh.
Plant Director Viktor Brikhanov signed this document.
I said, it's those cats. Oh, dang, and the other guy's still alive, too.
In order to sign this certificate, all safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained.
Are they finna suck it up for the state? They finna take it all in?
The third time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26, 1986.
Dang, I should have known those are the things they was talking about. At the very beginning, it showed them boys talk about they're going to get a promotion. But instead, they getting arrested and become the lamb to the slaughter. The sacrificial lamb, man. Yeah, she bogus, too.
To understand what happened that night, we have to go back 10 hours earlier, April 25th, the day the test was meant to take place. Power grid officials in Kiev say that they cannot afford a further reduction in electricity until after midnight. They are asking for a 10-hour delay. This is the first critical moment, the first link in the chain of disaster. These three men allowed it to proceed. It created two problems. One of them is scientific in nature, and the other is very human. This is the one we will consider first. At midnight, there is a shift change.
Very human. Scientific in nature. And very human. Oh, man. Jeez.
I have to do something I've never done before with Dyatlov looking over my shoulder.
Oh, don't worry. We'll do it together. Just look at the instructions now.
Dang, that's what I say. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong.
He says to follow the cross-down instructions.
So then why are they crossed out?
Oh my, dude. This is not good.
Switch the turbine off while the reactor's still running. It's not good. Shut the fuck up and do your job. Topped it off. Reduce power to 700.
Oh my. It would have been all good if it works. But dang.
All of 25 years old.
Dang.
And his total experience on the job? 4 months. This is the human problem created by the delay.
Oh my. Oh my.
Comrade Legasov.
What the heck? Why didn't she just finish? That human error was huge, though. That's insane. I'll tell you the truth. That's insane. And it's true, though, man. Night shift don't be knowing everything. I mean, you see the memes. You know, memes are funny, but it's because they have an error of truth. When you look at them, you're like, yeah, that's right.
The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down. All the operators do is maintain balance. As uranium atoms split apart and collide, reactivity goes up. But if you don't balance the reactivity, it never stops rising. They reduce reactivity like brakes on a car. But there's a third factor to consider, water. Fuel increases reactivity. Control rods and water reduce it. Steam increases it. The rise in temperature reduces it.
That's tough.
Xenon reduces reactivity. This is the poison Comrade Pamyat mentioned. The xenon did not burn away. If you can't understand how a stalled nuclear reactor could lead to an explosion, I don't blame you. As it turned out, the men who didn't understand it either.
Ease it down to 700. Whoa, slow.
I didn't move any rods there.
Oh. Dang.
What is this?
Not even touching it.
Oh, snap. The rods are just falling off. I don't know what the rod, but it's just on its own going way past. And he left, man, right before that happened.
We did everything right. I think that maybe the core is poisoned.
Well, if you thought the core was poison, then you didn't do everything right because you're choking my reactor. Get it back up.
Dang. The reactor's poisoned by that xenon.
The rules don't say 50. There is no rule.
Comrade Dyatlov, I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
No. I won't do it. It isn't safe.
Safety first. Always. I've been saying that for 25 years.
Oh,
That's how long I've done this job. 25 years. Is that longer than you, Akimov?
Yes.
Is it much longer?
Yes.
See, if I say it's safe, it's safe. And if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't.
Well, dadgum.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
Dang, this is absolutely insane.
If you weren't there, then where were you?
Comrade Legasov, you are a witness, not a prosecutor. I will ask the questions here.
Hey, man, that's Bruce Bolton.
Court is now in recess, 30 minutes.
That brother's dying. He's got blood coming out while Legasov is going bald. They all suffering. I bet he wasn't in the room. Because it's all fabricated anyway. All the big fabrication, a lie. But he might have. I don't know. It's hard to even know the truth from these dudes, man. Say the fact that they knew what was going down, they did it anyway.
Remember that morning when I first called you? They said it wasn't serious. I believed them. You know why?
Because they put you in charge. With you, everything we asked for, everything we needed. Men, material, lunar rovers.
Lunar rovers.
They mistakenly sent the one good man. For God's sakes, Boris. You were the one who mattered most.
That's tough, man. Was he only doing it because it was his job, or did he really care? Shoot, I think he really cared.
The reactor is drowning in poison. The reactor isn't hot enough to produce sufficient steam. Akimov and Toptonov completely withdrew 205. Remember, control rods are the brakes on this car. The only thing keeping the reactor in check is water and xenon. It's 1 in the morning. The test is minutes away.
I wonder if the other guys even know what they're doing. Because they're looking at them like it's stupid. Like they're idiots. But do they even know what these other guys know?
Too slow for the test to deliver any valid results.
enough.
And if we add more water, there will be even
I
less.
said it's enough. I know what I'm doing. Stelyachuk.
They ain't got no balls, man. Shoot.
We should stop.
Turn that fucking thing off.
Yeah, we should stop. They said that already. But you ain't even doing nothing.
The power was too low, the water was too high. The test was already ruined. The results would have been useless, but Dyatlov didn't care. All he wanted to do was report a completed test. Based on the absence of sufficient control rods, the computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Well, of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test.
We did everything right.
That makes sense now. It makes absolute sense. Why they kept telling themselves we did everything right.
Steam increases reactivity, increases heat, increases steam. The power is rising.
Oh my gosh. You can't just start putting rods back in there?
We have a power surge, Sasha.
We can't just put rods back in there?
What did you do?
That's must, and he be blaming it.
You press AZ5, all of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped, dead. But
So they do put the reactors back in.
Legasov's already given it away. He said before there was no way to avoid what was coming. He knows something.
Comrade Diatlov.
She knows something.
The defendants will be remanded in custody. Court will...
I haven't finished.
Court is now adjourned. We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
Oh,
Comrade Sabina.
boy, that's a big dude. Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish. Is he gonna do it?
These rods are made of boron, which reduces reactivity, but not the tips. The tips are made of graphite, accelerates reactivity.
Why?
Oh.
Why? It's cheaper.
The only country.
The graphite tips are fixed in position, endlessly accelerating the reaction. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb.
Oh my goodness.
The steam blows more fuel channels apart. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading. Designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts, went beyond 33,000.
3,200. It's at 33,000 megawatts. Oh my gosh.
123.45 explosion. In the No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator because it was kept from them.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
The testimony in Vienna was a lie.
At least he lied to the... I mean, at least. He told you guys to keep it in the house.
Every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt is paid.
You reap the whirlwind, man.
That is
You
how
reap what you sow.
an RBMK reactor core explodes. Lies.
Yeah, they was like, can you think how it works? They know now. He said it explodes by lies. Dang, how do you end this? What is going to happen? How does this end? Oh my goodness. They pushed him in there, forced him in there. He's already dead, but he don't have to go this quick. Don't have to go painfully. Shoot. You don't know what. Woo. That's scary right there. The government. Because he speak out against the government. The government puts you in a locked cage. Cages you up, man. Ooh, man. Head of the KGB.
You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists.
Yes.
To curry favor with Kremlin officials. You're one of us, Legasov.
His sins. His sins. Dang.
You're not brave. You're not heroic. You're just a dying man who forgot himself. The whole world saw you in Vienna. It would be embarrassing to kill you now. And for what? Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press.
Well, it's in-house.
Lesser men will receive credit for the things you have done. Your legacy is now their legacy.
Dang.
After all you've said and done today, it would be curious if you chose this moment to lie.
Old girl was the one behind all of it.
If I refuse,
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
why worry about something that isn't going to happen? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. Because that's exactly why the daggum reactor exploded. It's because the conditions by which it was put under for it to explode would never happen. Yet, it did. And that's why it exploded. Man. Why worry about something that'll never happen? What is the cost of lies, man? Dude said you got 5 years to live. 4 years and 4 months. "10 years hard labor." What in the world? Dang. They let that fool even have it. Golly. Dang, those people were real. That woman was real with the baby. I thought that was just a story to help. Oh man. And she had a son. Oh man. Dang. But those are the real heroes right there. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Those 3 dudes that went under to save their lives are still alive today? Wow. I bet. Dang, that's the city. Everything just growed up. Dang. $2 billion. That's so sad. That's almost laughable, man. That's almost laughable. Man, dude. Them guys, all those people, all those scientists, everybody, they deserve the utmost for their trying to bring to light the situation that happened. Legasov, Boris, man, I think the incredible work they did to save all the lives they could. It's just a shame that a government would do such a thing, to hide and to keep the truth. Because what is the cost of lives? It costs an entire city from being inhabitable for 100 years. That's what the cost of lives is. And it's insane because Martin Luther once said that bearing false witness or lying is almost worse than murder. It's because if you murder somebody, they're dead. But like what they were going to do to Legasov, they were going to murder him, but he'd have to live through it all. His career, his legacy, his life, all that he did. And they were going to probably pull up fictitious and false things that he would do to say he didn't do any of these things, man. And so they were going to defame his character. And so it would be worse than death. And, man, that's tough, dude. And that's exactly what the cost of lies are, man. But I'm glad that they actually made this series to honor him and the thing that he did to be able to do all that. And then that ending montage was amazing. Those 3 guys lived, or 2 of them did. Man, that's insane. That is insane. And then that woman and her son, well, her new son, but her husband, and I thought that was just a story to appeal to the heart. But that was a... oh, excuse me. I thought that was a story that appealed to her heart, but that was a real account. Man. It's sad because of the baby that was lost and then her, but shoot. That's incredible. This show is incredible. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.